The other is Lewis, who cannot approach Watt's impact in sheer dollars, but maxed out her personal pledge at the Portland Classic and brought others along with her. With one of her sponsors matching the $195,000 winner's check, another contributing a flat $1 million in the L. PGA earmarking ticket proceeds. Her gesture has raised more than $1.4 million. One of the best feel-good stories I've seen in a long time, said Judy Rankin, a Golf Channel analyst, of L. PGA Hall of Famer and a longtime Texan. Nor is Lewis alone among golfers, elite, developmental or even juniors, who have been working in various ways to help the hundreds of thousands of people affected by Hurricane Harvey. "It's just really sad," said Chris Stroud, who lives in Houston and 6 weeks ago won his first PGA Tour event after a decade on the tour. Stroud's home in the northern suburbs sits on higher ground and escaped largely unscathed. Not so for friends and fellow pros from the Houston area. Stroud said the home of Joey van der Walt, who spent 3 seasons on the PGA Tour and is now involved in the Web.com Tour playoffs, was devastated. He has 4 feet of water in his house, Stroud said before the FedEx Cup second playoff event in Boston. "He texted me some pictures. It's really sad." Stroud committed $10,000 and 10% of his earnings in Boston, although he missed the cut. Still, the PGA Tour and the tournament sponsor Dell Technologies combined on a $250,000 pledge toward relief efforts. Several other PGA Tour pros have pledged $1,000 for each birdie made for the remainder of the playoffs, and $2,000 for every eagle. The Masters champion Sergio Garcia, newly married to a Texan, raised his donation to $2,000 per birdie and $5,000 per eagle. On the Symetra Tour, the LPGA's developmental circuit, Shannon Fish, an alumnus of the University of Texas, led an effort at the tour stop in Sioux Falls, S. That in the end, raised more than $91,000. And on the American Junior Golf Association, the nation's top junior circuit, officials took up the August 27 challenge of Turner Hosh of Texas to donate $10 per birdie made at the Junior Players Championship in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. The effort raised $13,720 for the American Red Cross. Even better, a Houston area player won the event, Shui Ming Wong, a Hong Kong native who prevailed in a 3-man, 3-hole playoff. Wong told a tournament liaison he was not sure if he should make the trip to compete, but the JGA's $10 per birdie pledge gave him an emotional lift. "It was motivating and inspired me to keep going and never give up," he said. But Lewis's victory commanded golf's headlines. She moved to the Woodlands, a suburb north of Houston, when she was 11, honing her game even as she battled severe scoliosis. later an NCAA champion at Arkansas, and the winner of 2 LPGA majors. She is married to Jared Chadwell, the University of Houston women's golf coach. Their home and her parents' residence came out fine when that hurricane hit, but Chadwell spent part of a day kayaking to his team's home base at the Golf Club of Houston to rescue his players' clubs and other equipment. The team stayed in Dallas for a week while campus was closed. It's a pretty helpless feeling, Lewis told reporters in Portland. It's hard to see the pictures, to imagine being there and seeing all of that water. Pledging her week's earnings, she said, was a way of reconciling her desire to return home in the tournament at hand. I wanted to be in Houston, she said, but I also wanted to play in Portland and I needed some focus to being there. I needed a reason to be playing, so I would be giving it 100%. What better way than to donate whatever I made. Lewis had gone more than 3 years since her last LPGA victory. In 82 starts since, she had amassed a dozen runner-up finishes. In Portland, Ji-chun closed the gap to 1 stroke with 2 holes to play. But the Korean pro missed a chance to tie on the 71st hole, as Lewis made a clutch par save, and Lewis made her 11th consecutive par to secure the victory. It's been crazy, Lewis said after traveling to Indianapolis. It's been overwhelming at times, all the messages, all the support. I don't know if I fully processed actually finally winning the tournament itself. Perhaps it will all sink in when she finally returns home following the Evian Championship. Or there might be other priorities. We are trying to figure out exactly who we're going to partner with to get done what I want to get done, said Lewis, who has expressed a desire to help rebuild homes. We're not done with this. I'm glad I have 5 weeks off after this to go home and relax.